Yo, what's up guys, and welcome to another Red Dead Redemption 2 online video. I'm going to be showing you the best weapons that are currently online and all the best stats and the reasons why all these are the best weapons, the ranges for the damage profiles, and what the best ammo of each weapon is for these guns. So I did originally do a test here with my friend, but because the video was so clustered and there had no commentary in the background, I couldn't track exactly what I was talking about or what exactly I'm showing. So it was kind of nonsense. So I decided to do another test and show you individually each weapon through stats and their examples of their accuracy and their ranges and all that kind of stuff and their damage profile. So to make this test fair, I'm going to make sure all my weapons were clean. So this is in regards to shotguns, pistols, revolvers, repeaters, rifles, all that kind of guff. Now, I don't own every weapon in the game, and there is a reason for that. It's because the weapons I don't have are complete garbage and they're a waste of money, and I do not recommend getting those weapons, and I'll explain what they are in just a little bit. So I'm going to go through each weapon first, weapon by weapon. I'm going to show you the repeaters first and go through the rifles, etc, etc. So first of all, we have the carbine repeater. It does okay damage. It's one of the best damages for the repeater, but the range is okay. It's not the best, but here's the Lancaster. It does a little less damage, but it's got better range and better accuracy, but slower reload speed. The Litchfield, however, has a lot more damage, the highest damage in the repeater, out of all the repeaters that is. And then you've got the Springfield rifle, which has the highest damage out of all the rifles. The bolt action is pretty much similar, is very similar to the Springfield, however it does reload and rechamber a little bit slower. Then you got the Varmint rifle, which is obviously the highest fire rates and the highest accuracy out of all the rifles, but it is just for killing rabbits. Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. But then you got the shotguns. I tend to go for the pump action because overall I just think it's better, because the sawn-off, even though it's got a high damage and it shoots fast, it only has 2 rounds. I mean, you could dual wield them. However, that means you have to buy 2 sawn-offs, and it's still, you only get 4 rounds. So it's up to you, it depends how much money you have. Here is the pistols. You got the pistols, I have a semi-automatic, and you got the revolvers. So yeah, just look at all the stats here and you'll see for yourself. These aren't completely accurate to how they perform in the game though, however. Some of these stats are a little bit bullshit, I should say, because some of the ranges are just nonsense. Some of these ranges will actually tell you that some of these have better ranges than others. However, in testing, when I did with my friend in that previous clip I showed you, well, I didn't actually show you the whole thing, but when I actually did the testing, it turns out the ranges for all the repeaters are exactly the same. It's the same with the rifles as well. They're all exactly the same. Just with the rolling blocks, they can do damage at further range. So I'm going to show you each weapon here, and this is the first off, is the Cattleman revolver. I'm showing you the fire rate of the Cattleman revolver now. This is fully upgraded, by the way, completely clean. I'm using regular ammo. Now this is the bloom, and when I'm talking about bloom, I'm talking about the accuracy. See the circle that's around the dot? Now, if you shoot before that circle completely closes in on the dot, the bullet will go anywhere in between that circle and the dot. Now, if the longer you leave it, the more closely it gets to the dot, then the more accurate your shot. Now, if you're going by each shot by going complete 100% accuracy, this is how slow it will be. It doesn't do very much damage, the Cattleman revolver. It's definitely not one of the best revolvers at all. It shoots quickly, but it doesn't really have anything else upon it. And my favourite revolver is definitely the Schofield. Now this is the Schofield I've got here. The fire rate isn't as good as the Cattleman revolver, but what it lacks in fire rate, it deals in with more power. Now you could effectively get 3 shots to kill one person into the chest. If you pump 3 shots into someone in the chest, you'll get a kill. What's with the express ammo? I think it's 4 shots with regular ammo, but it locks on a lot faster. It's probably the most accurate weapon out of all the revolvers, so I'll definitely recommend the Schofield as the #1 revolver in the game currently. So as you can see, it's a lot more faster, that bloom closing on that dot. Look how quick it is compared to the previous Cattleman revolver. I don't recommend the Cattleman revolver whatsoever. Don't waste your money on upgrades. Get the Schofield revolver if you're going for that revolver thing. Now the high roller revolver is the revolver you get free if you've been doing some stuff with GTA. I think you can buy it now, purchasable. I think it's $290 at the fence. But look how inaccurate this thing is. It shoots okay relatively quickly, but the inaccuracy of this revolver is absolutely atrocious. It's actually got like shotgun kind of spread. It's ridiculous. And like how slow the bloom takes to actually close in on the dot. It's incredibly inaccurate. It's a completely useless revolver. It's very, very weak as well. It's actually the weakest out of all the revolvers in this category. So I do not recommend this at all. If you have this, don't ever use it. Don't waste your time on it. Don't bother cleaning it. It's just a complete waste of time to have it. So if you don't have it, you're not missing out on anything. Don't worry. Trust me. Now, what else have we got here? We're going to move on to the pistols. Okay, the volcanic pistol, and then we got the semi-automatic. All right, these are the pistols I have. I don't have the Mauser because it's just a cheaper, a worse version of the semi-automatic, and that's the reason why I don't have the Mauser. But this is the volcanic pistol, and it's definitely one of the best pistols there is. Now, when he actually wields it and you actually shoot it, he's holding it like it's a shotgun. It's sort of like a Litchfield, but it's like a handheld version of it. But it's very, very accurate, and it tracks your enemies very, very well. For example, if you're aiming at someone and they're going down the street, it will track it very, very easily without actually knocking off or anything like that. So it's definitely probably the most accurate. It is the most accurate pistol in the game. Let me just say that it is the most accurate, and it's very, very easy to pop off heads with that pistol. With a semi-automatic, look how ridiculously fast the fire rate is with that. It's incredibly quick, and this is a very accurate pistol as well. It has some downsides though. The ammo that comes with it, well, regular ammo, is about a 6-shot kill to the chest, and that's not great. If you slap on Express there, you can potentially get a 4-shot kill, depending on how close you are to that person. But it is a very quick weapon. You don't have to cock it or anything like that. Cock the hammer, I should say. And it's a very nice weapon. If you have 2 of these, dual wielding these, it's like a machine gun when you're shooting these off. It's incredibly powerful at close range. But the best pistol, in my opinion, is probably the volcanic pistol. And it can 3-shot kill to the chest as well, which gives it all my advantage to me. I think you can pop off 3 shots faster than any other pistol in the game. The degradation of the semi-automatic is not nice either. So this is the carbine repeater. It's I really do not like it. I mean, it's not that bad. It's the worst repeater out of all of them, in my opinion. It's not terrible. I mean, you get this from the start of the game. I mean, if you don't have anything else, then fair enough. I would definitely use this in PvP if I don't have any other rifle or anything like that. But in regards to the bloom and stuff like that, and how quickly it closes on the circle, I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it. And the only thing it really has over the other repeaters is the reload speed. And then again, you only get 7 shots in it anyway, so it's not that great in regards to a PvP or anything like that. I just simply do not use it at all whatsoever. One weapon I do use a lot though is the Lancaster repeater. You get 14 rounds in this one, and look how much more accurate. The circle is so much more closer to the dot. It's closing in a lot more faster. The fire rate isn't too bad as well. That's with only hit fire, but obviously you're not going to be popping off like that unless you're really close range, but again, it's entirely up to you if you're going to go down that route. The reload speed is quite slow, but if you reload in between some shots when you have the break in fights, then you shouldn't have to worry about reloads too much anyway. I can't imagine anyone can actually burn the ammo all the way down to 0 before they reload, because that just seems a little bit silly. Because, you know, the more you do that, the longer it's going to take to reload. But look how accurate this weapon is. It's the most accurate out of the repeaters by far. So this is the Lancaster that I do recommend mostly for PvP. So the next repeater we have is the Litchfield. And this one, I don't know, it has upsides and it has downsides. Now this is what it looks like. It is like I said, it's like more of a longer barrel version of a volcanic pistol, but it's almost like a volcanic rifle. But so this repeater, it shoots very, very quickly. It has a pretty good fire rate. However, the inaccuracy is something that kills it for me. But it has its uses. I mean, you don't get that much ammo in it as well. Again, the reload speed, it's alright. I mean, you get 16 rounds, but again, the reload speed is a problem. But this is still better than the carbine rifle. Look how, even though the circle's more wider, it's closing in a lot faster than the carbine rifle. So it does have that over the carbine. So again, this pretty much makes the carbine useless. And the one thing the Litchfield does have over the Lancaster is the power. Now the power of this rifle is ridiculous. Now if you've got a person that's with low health, like he's just started the game for example, and he hasn't got 10 out of 10 health, then you can potentially get a one-shot kill to the chest. Now with 10 out of 10 health people, you can get 2-shot kill with express ammo. And now that is ridiculous. For a repeater, that is ridiculous. 2-shot kill for a repeater is amazing. Like, if you come across a person with slow and steady Deadeye card and he's using that, just shoot him twice in the chest with a Litchfield repeater and you'll get a kill with express ammo. And that's the reason why I like the Litchfield. But my favourite, and I think that what is the best repeater in the game in regards to PvP, and most situations it's going to help you, is the Lancaster. Now with the Springfield rifle, this is the fire rate of that. It doesn't have rechambering each shot, but you don't have any reloads or anything like that, so that's one thing it has over the bolt action rifle. Again, it doesn't have that over the Varmint, but we'll get to that in a second. But the accuracy is very, very, very good. And another thing this rifle has is the power. Now again, it's just like the Litchfield. It has just a slightly more damage than the Litchfield itself. This has a one-shot kill potential to the chest. It's a 2-shot kill pretty much at any range to the chest if you use express ammo. I even think with some ammos like the high velocity ammo, you can get 2-shot kills to the chest. It's a very, very powerful rifle, and that's why I like using it over the bolt action. The bolt action, it has a better fire rate, as you can see here. This is only if you're hip firing, of course. I think it's slightly more accurate than the Springfield, I'll give it that. However, I really do not like the reload on it. The fact that you have to reload after every 5 shots is a bit of a killer to me when it comes to that. I mean, the Springfield does have a slower rechamber speed than the bolt action. The bolt action does rechamber a little bit faster, but because you have to reload every 5 bullets with the bolt action, and the fact that the bolt action can't 2-shot kill, it kind of kills it for me. And most situations I'm going to be using the Springfield over the bolt action. Obviously that's going to be a controversial one. A lot of people use the bolt action. I don't really see people using the Springfield. The bolt action is in fact cheaper as well. There's not really much in it between these two rifles, so either one is going to help you out big time in PvP. But in fact all the rifles are very, very effective in PvP anyway. But I would only recommend using these things at longer ranges, because it's at closer ranges, because that rechambering speed and the reloading is going to get you killed. So I recommend using a repeater at closer range than a rifle. But finally, of all the rifles, we have the Varmint rifle. I really do not like this weapon at all, and the reason for that is because it has really no downsides apart from the damage of the weapon itself. And I really do not like this weapon, and let me just get this out of the way. It is clearly the best rifle, the best weapon in the game for PvP. I'm going to say that, but I didn't really want to say that because I just hate the fact that everybody uses this stuff now. I mean, it's clear to see why. The fire rate is insane. The accuracy is ridiculous. There's no sway. There's no recoil to this weapon. The range is just as good as any other rifle. You can shoot it incredibly fast and pop off 2 headshots. Very, very easy. So if someone's got the never without one ability card, you can knock off their hat and shoot them in the head easily. But the only downside to this weapon, in my opinion, is the damage to it. So if you can't get your headshots, then the rifle is simply not for you, and I recommend going with probably the Springfield if you're not very accurate with your shots. Now, in regards to the sniper rifles in the game, the Carcano, I didn't buy the Carcano because it's literally a worse version of the rolling block rifle, and it's more expensive as well, which makes no sense. With this rolling block rifle, you can only use it with the scope. You can't use it any other way. You can hip fire with it, but again, the inaccuracy is what kills it. So I only recommend this for really long range fights, and even then, it doesn't do any more damage than a Springfield rifle. So if you're expecting to get one-shot kills with this thing, you're not going to get it unless the person's got really low health. So the best rifle, in my opinion, is going to be the Springfield when it comes to that. But for PvP, everyone else is going to go for the Varmint rifle, purely because it has pretty much no downsides. So if you want the best rifle in the game, the best weapon in the game currently is the Varmint rifle. But I just despise anybody that uses it because I just don't like it. It takes no skill to using that weapon. I really don't like it. Anyway, moving on to the shotguns. This is the pump action shotgun. This is all fully upgraded as well. And I really like this weapon. I feel that there's any ready need to upgrade from these weapons. There's no point getting the semi-automatic. There's no point getting the repeating shotgun, purely because there's no other gun in the category that's really comes any close to it. The sawn-off shotgun, however, has a better fire rate, but it only has 2 shells in it. You can dual wield these, but again, you have the problem of buying a second one. So if you want to go for a shotgun, the best shotgun in my opinion in the game is going to be the pump action. It has the best range out of all the weapons, all the shotguns by far, and the only thing that the other shotguns have over the pump action, very slightly, and that's fire rate, and that's very marginal as well. And would you really want to pay $400-500 for a weapon that shoots very slightly more faster than the pump action, when the pump action has better accuracy and range? What is the point? Just stick to the pump action, and that's the way to go. So this is my current go-to class. I have the Lancaster repeater. I will always use the split point ammo on these, and you can actually get the split point ammo by going to the fence and purchasing the split point ammo pamphlet. I can't remember how much it is exactly, but it's definitely worth the investment. Get it immediately as soon as you can. Craft the split point ammo. It will help with your accuracy by a lot, and you will see it straight away. And if I'm not going for the split point ammo, I will definitely be going with the Express. But every time I use a Lancaster repeater for PvP, I will always be using the split point ammo if I have it in my inventory. If that runs out, I'll go to the Express. If that runs out, I'll go to the high velocity. Effectively, the high velocity in the game, by the way, does nothing. It will tell you that it's got better range, it will tell you it's got more damage, but it doesn't. It's a lie. The high velocity at the moment, I think, is probably broken. It doesn't do anything. The stats tell you that it does, but it don't. I did all this stuff in testing, and it don't do anything at all. So yeah, just don't bother with the high velocity. It's a waste of money. Out of the rifles that I bring along with me, I'll use the Springfield rifle, and I'll always use Express ammo wherever possible, just to get that extra damage. And Express ammo definitely does deal you extra damage. Like I said, it can be the difference between a 3-shot kill and a 2-shot kill to the chest, and it's ridiculous. So I highly recommend using Express ammo with the Springfield rifle or the bolt action, whichever is your preference. Now the Varmint rifle doesn't have any special ammo, so you can only use it as the ammo as what it is, but it's very weak. Now, unless you're very good at headshots, I wouldn't recommend a Varmint rifle at all. I would go with the Springfield or the bolt action. In regards to the Litchfield, I'll always use the Express ammo for the same reasons, because it has that 2-shot kill potential. Now with any other ammo, I don't think it deals the 2-shot kill. I think it's always a 3-shot to the chest if you don't use Express. So the Litchfield is kind of useless without the Express ammo, so I don't tend to use it unless I have Express ammo available for the Litchfield. In regards to the volcanic pistol, again, it's the same reason. I'll use the Express ammo for that, for the extra damage, so I can get that 3-shot kill guaranteed. And I will obviously, with a semi-automatic sawn-off shotgun, I'm going to have that in my inventory as well, purely because, you know, I've got a gun for every situation. I've got a sawn-off shotgun for very close range, the pistol for them like 6 yards, 10 yard kills, fights. We've got the Litchfield, no, not the Litchfield, sorry, the Lancaster for mid-range fights, and Springfield for long-range fights. So I've got a gun for every situation there. Now with the special ammo, with the shotguns, the slug ammo, do not buy those. They're a waste of money. You'll never ever get a 1-shot kill with the slugs. It's always a 2-shot kill to the chest. Don't bother. Just stick to the regular ammo, and it even costs more than the regular ammo as well. So just stick to the regular ammo of the slugs, and you'll do well. So overall, what are the best weapons in the game? The best pistols, in my opinion, is going to be the volcanic pistol. The best repeater in the game is the Lancaster. The best rifle in the game, in my opinion, is the Springfield. And the best revolver in the game is the Schofield. And the best shotgun, I believe, is the pump action shotgun. So fully upgrade these weapons, use them all to your heart's content, and away you go. If you want any more PvP tips or whatever, let me know, and I'll be sure to share you my my controls and my setup and stuff like that, and what I do in these battles itself. Now I want to actually show you the effectiveness of a couple of these weapons in our actual PvP fight. So I'm actually going to target a couple of people. I'm not going to go for one person. I'm not going to pick on one person. I'm going to go for 2 people, and I'm going to fight those and see how it goes. Now, one thing I do want to say, if you actually do engage and get into any fights on the free roams, make sure you check out the player's player card and check out his ability card and see what he has. Now, if he has a thing called Never Without One ability card, that means he will basically be able to sponge one headshot. And so don't go for headshots with that guy, go for the chest shots, and that's where the Springfield and the Litchfield comes into play. As you can see there, I shot him clearly in the head, and because he had his hat on, I only shot his hat off. And that's what the ability card does, and that's the reason why I tend to use the Springfield a lot more often than the bolt action. Now, he did the same thing to me. He shot me in the head, but he knocked my hat off. Now, that's why I'm not going to use a Lancaster repeater on that guy. I'm checking out their stats right now, and I'm thinking, alright, one of them has the Never Without One, and one of them has the Slow and Steady. So what I'm actually going to do is shoot one of them with a Lancaster because it's more accurate for their headshots, and the other person I'm going to use the Springfield on. And it's these sort of things that will basically be the difference between actually killing the person and dying yourself. So make sure you keep that in mind when you're doing these things. And people will be basically saying in the comments, I'm guaranteeing it, they're saying that the bolt action is a lot better. But when it comes to this sort of thing, no, go for the Springfield because it will take a two-shot kill to the chest. The same with the Litchfield. And yeah. With the Varmint rifle, if you're in these situations and these people got the Never Without One, you are going to have to shoot them twice in the head. But with the Varmint rifle, you should have no problem with that, really. As long as you're accurate with your shots, then you should have no problem taking out these guys. Just for safety, I tend to use the Springfield rifle to shoot them both in the chest, until I figure out which one's which. And I think it's this person here who has got like a star symbol. He is going to be the one with the hat ability, so I'm going to shoot him twice in the chest, and with the other guy I'm going to shoot with a Lancaster. Now, in any other situation with these guns, there's no other weapon really that I'd use out these other two in this particular situation. This guy's pretty far out, and I just managed to nail him with the two shots with the Springfield. That was a little bit too far out for the Lancaster repeater. Even though the Lancaster repeater has some great range, it can get a little bit inaccurate at longer ranges. But this is the guy here with the hat ability, so I'm just not even going to bother with shooting him in the head. And it's a lot easier to shoot people in the chest as well. And there's not a lot of people that actually even do that. Most people just go for the headshots these days. But once the Never Without One ability card becomes meta, and everyone starts using it, so along with the Slow and Steady, this gun is going to save your life. So look at this, look, I've shot him in the head, knocked his hat off, then another headshot. So the first shot I missed there, fair enough. The second shot, I shot him in the head, but I only knocked his hat off because he's got the Never Without One. And you can still get the headshot after that, but you have to knock his hat off first. And that's depending on whether you have the hat ability yourself. If you don't have it, then it's suicide, because you have to shoot him twice in the head, whereas he only has to shoot you once in the head. So that's the reason why I'd recommend getting the Never Without One ability card as soon as you can. I think it unlocks at level 48, I think. So it is a bit of a grind to get to that level, but it's definitely worth it. As soon as you get it, you'll be able to take one headshot for free while you have you have that one shot. Also, you can pick your hat up off the floor if you knock it off, or even if you're on your horse, you can actually put it on automatically if they do manage to knock off your hat. So this guy here is going to be using his Deadeye. So I've missed a couple of shots here because I'm moving sideways. It's a little bit difficult. He knocked my head off there, as you see. He's trying to use Deadeye himself. But again, I didn't even bother going for his head this time. I just shot him twice with the Springfield and got the kill. Now this next guy, I think he starts hiding in a bush, and this is where it gives me an opportunity to use my other good weapons. And again, it's a good situation to have these weapons on hand at the time, otherwise you can get caught out quite easily. Now, the thing is, sometimes when people do this, when they're hiding in bushes here, it doesn't lock on, but he can still lock onto you, and that's a bit of a concern. He shot me in the head there, knocked my head off. But so I had to get real close range here, pull out my shotgun, and then blast him there. And that's the reason why you want to have a sawn-off shotgun in hand for situations just like that, rather than having to re-equip it from your inventory if you don't have a pump-action shotgun. So if you are going to get a shotgun, I recommend getting the sawn-off, because of situations like that, and you can carry all of them at once. So that's pretty much it. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this has helped you out. It's been a long video, but hopefully you've got all the information that you've needed and you've got all the answers that you wanted. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Feel free to drop a like on the video, share it to all your friends, and subscribe if you are brand new to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know what you want to see next out these Red Dead Redemption 2's videos. They are quite long ones, yeah, I do understand that, but let me know what you want to see in the future. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.